Welcome to another episode of the Competitive Excellence Series. Today we'll be discussing how to balance workload between partners and interpret a non-verbal cues through communication and team decision-making events.
Hi everyone, my name is Micah and it's my third year in DECA. Last year I competed in personal financial literacy in the individual series, but I have previous experience in team events and I'm hoping to compete in financial team decision-making for all of my competitions this year.
Hey guys, my name is Parin, Gouraram, and this is my fourth year in DECA. I've competed in hospitality and tourism since sophomore year, and I'm also qualified for ICDC twice. I'm also planning on competing in financial team decision making this year.
Today, we're exploring nonverbal cues in team series competitions and hope to be helpful for all of you competing this year.
That's right. When it comes to team competition, especially if you don't have much experience working in teams, it can be hard to coordinate a successful role play with your partner. But there's lots of ways to help each other out before, during, and in between competitions.
Absolutely. It's important to remember that so much of DECA comes in preparation before you ever step into the room for a role play. A lot of other factors that make a successful team, including social chemistry, verbal and nonverbal communication, and knowledge of your event, come from pacing out studying and spending time with your teammates.
Before competing, it is very important that both teammates spend time not only studying for your specific event, but also making a plan for a successful role play. During the role play, you only have 30 minutes of prep time and 15 minutes of presentation time. And while that may seem like a lot, it goes by really quickly. Because of that, you want to minimize the amount of things you should think about during the competition. One thing I like to do is create a set plan for the prep time so that no minute is wasted in confusion.
That's super smart. Focusing on a few key points that are in line with your PIs and dividing up the work amongst your team is super important. We would like to recommend that both teammates come in with a strong knowledge base that encapsulates all aspects of your event, but if you defer in background knowledge from your teammate, use that to your advantage when dividing the topics that you want to cover and research in your role play.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. Using your 15 minutes to the fullest is very important when trying to succeed in role plays. Confusion, misunderstanding, and lack of communication can inhibit a team's ability to maximize their time, which makes it incredibly important to stay organized during your prep time and focus on coordinating your efforts for a judge. Developing nonverbal communication skills for this reason can be incredibly helpful.
Absolutely. Some cues that I've used in past years with my teammates were tapping each other's feet or hands under the table, which can signal anything you want them to, but for us, it was representative of a switch in who's speaking and oftentimes a transition into a new point or PI.
Yeah, this is a great example of nonverbal communication in roleplay, but it's most important to discuss this with your partner beforehand and make sure to keep things relatively simple. The most important thing of a roleplay is not having the most synergy, but conveying your thoughts effectively and professionally to the judge.
Super true. There's no time to pause the roleplay, but there are ways to divide up your team's approach to the presentation in order to give your judge a clear and easily understandable representation of your competition. We strongly recommend, whether or not you are using nonverbal communication, to try your best to use transition words while switching primary speakers, such as to add on to that. And absolutely, I also think it's important to elaborate on whatever.
Yeah, and lastly, remember to work together in whatever way you can. Share a note sheet, go to meetings, and generally communicate regularly with your teammate. Try your best to feel comfortable around them and see them often so you can communicate with them about competition details, study updates, and just to socialize with DECA progress as a whole.
Yeah, team series events can certainly be challenging, but if you remember these few tips, you are sure to succeed with time, effort, and engagement. Good luck to all of you this year, and we hope to see you at upcoming events.
And don't forget to be the one!